before we get started with the football stuff, just have an announcement to make. I got word last night that Bill Clark Holmes, and of course, everybody knows Bill and his family, Lance, Hunter, and Heath, and they have bought the remaining upper deck tickets for the home opener against the University of South Carolina. They purchased 6,000 tickets, and they're going to distribute those to our first responders, our heroes here in the community, local firemen, military, police, nurses, everybody that's been so critical for the past year and a half to the Greenville community, and they're going to invite them to that game. I just really appreciate the support of Bill and his family in doing this. Obviously a major step up contribution to the athletic department, to the football program, and it even further helps ensure that we're going to have a full house on September 11th. So we got some business to take care of before then, but certainly exciting news, and really the kids. I told the kids before I came in here, and they're over the top, just excited about that. So just wanted to mention that before we get into practice. But had a full padded practice. Sun came out, and it was a hot one this morning. I thought the kids. That really tested us there, first half of practice, but I thought they really responded, had a very spirited and competitive team period at the end, finished with a live red zone competition, and just really competed well right there. So, pleased with our first day back after the scrimmage on Saturday.
How did, starting first with the last week of camp, do you feel kind of a sense of urgency just with everything going on?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we talked about it yesterday in our meetings. This is a big week for us because after this next weekend we got to be ready to play app. So we got a lot of work to do this week.
How did you feel about the scrimmage, having to review film and everything?
I think some good and some bad. I think one thing you got to keep in perspective is I think much better than past years' first scrimmages. Since my time here at East Carolina, but not what we're capable of. So I think good and bad. We took a lot of time Saturday evening and yesterday with the film, and really spent a lot of time as a staff looking at the things that we've really got to improve on this week. This week's a big week special teams wise, and we'll finish our install defensively this week, and offensively we just really got to clean up our execution.
Fall camp's getting ready to end. What would be your main goal to see as a week close out?
Well, I mean, I think see improvement. This coming Saturday in the scrimmage from last Saturday. That's very important. I think stay healthy, because after next weekend, really the focus is get everybody fresh and get everybody ready for game day.
What did you see from the backup quarterbacks in the scrimmage from your point of view after watching the tape?
Well, I think they've improved. I think that they're not to the level of our starter yet, but they're improving. I think. Mason has probably stepped ahead of the others right now. I think Ryan Stubblefield's coming along, so Alex has gotten a lot of reps. So I think that's mainly those guys competing for that 2 spot. But this is a big week for them too. They got some reps with the 1s today, which I think that's important now at this point in camp. Holton's had a good camp. He's an experienced guy. We need to get the next guy ready, to have a solid backup.
Coach, do you see some of the younger guys maybe get kind of lost in the intensity and the heat of these few weeks of practice?
Well, ironically, we were talking about that at the water break today. Coach Scott and I just, some of these, freshmen, they show some flashes early in camp, but then that monkey jumps all over them, at this point in camp, and it's a combination of the playbook. It's a combination of just the fatigue from just every day, what you got to do. People talk about, I love the grind, but it's a grind right now, and they've never been through anything like that. So the big thing is just trying to positively encourage them. They're your first year. I remember my first preseason camp when I was a freshman in college. You'll never go through anything like it. I mean, I don't know what basic training or anything like that is, but it's got to be something close mentally. So it's a challenge for them right now.
Assuming Noah Henderson had some rust to knock off, how has he looked just a few weeks into this thing?
I think better every day. Certainly good to have him back out there. He's a big athletic kid, and he is experienced. and he has a lot of power. And so I think he is, I'd say all of us were maybe a little nervous when we first started back out, but I think he's shown that he's okay, and he's shown that he can handle the load, and so it's just good to have him back out on the field.
Saturday, you kind of presented Shane Calhoun to the Pirate Nation, I think, as the key tight end. Has he separated himself in that room?
I think yes, but I think there are other guys that have shown that they're going to be very reliable also. Ryan Jones had a great practice today. He made a play today that I've been waiting on him to make. He's a big athletic guy with a lot of power and a lot of speed, and he had some plays in practice today and one during the team period that was just very impressive. So yes, I think Shane has shown that he can be an every down starting tight end and a really good one in this league. But I think he's not the only one in that room. Aaron Jarman has battled just a little bit of bumps and bruises here the last week, so he's coming back, and I think he's going to be a guy that can contribute heavily. I think Zach Bird has had a decent camp so far, and just really want to see him continue to improve. And so now all of a sudden, with those guys, Brian Gagg, you have a very, very deep room right there.
Going back to the offensive tackle, we've talked about Malavik as well. But
Yep.
how about Justin Chaseman? He played a lot last year, really the first time in his career.
Right.
How has he come along second year here?
I think very solid. He's been running with the ones most of camp. I think that with Noah back now, you have three guys that I think are starting tackles in this league, and so I think it really certainly helps a lot depth wise.
What does the offense have to do this week to get ready to have a better showing on Saturday?
Well, I think that just our defense I thought had really good intensity, really good physicality on Saturday. I think our offense has to match that, and I think they've got to execute a little bit better. It's good. It's good for us. I thought that today probably the offense got the better of the defense there in that competition at the end of practice. So that's usually the way it goes. It's kind of a back and forth deal. But they're going to hear about it all week because the defense is feeling good about themselves right now. So I'm sure they'll be ready to go on Saturday. Anything else? All right.
Thank you.
Have fun with the coordinators.